The hype train has arrived. SpaceX has landed. The Boring Company has broken through. Today we're finally getting our hands on a Tesla Model 3 Performance all-wheel drive. Now if you're thinking, hey, haven't I seen a video or two on sgCarMart? Well, that's right. If you click here, you can watch our interview with Darcy as well as our backseat driver on Tesla. But for now, let's take a look. Now starting on the front, you get this frog face kind of look. It looks like an early era Panamera. Of course, less intakes on the front. And because of the lack of an engine, you do get a frunk. Now onto the side, there are plenty of cameras. Here one on the fender, here one inside the B pillar, and you also get frameless windows. Now signal indicators, most other cars have also moved them onto the side mirror, but Tesla has kept, for the Model 3 at least, on the fender, which also kind of tells you that Tesla isn't really like the other car makers. We'll touch more on that later. Now onto the rear. The Tesla Model 3 Performance variant is priced at $155,000 without Cat B COE. The dual electric motors produce 506 brake horsepower and 660 Nm of torque. The single-speed fixed-gear transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.3 seconds. The 78 kWh battery capacity gives a drive range of 547 km. For more details on the Tesla Model 3 or any other car, head on over to sgCarMart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Following the curve of the roof, you come to this very glazed moonroof, so it's really nice at night or in the day, which might get a little hot, but over in the boot you get 542 litres with an electric tailgate. Boot open up from quite a weird space, but 542 litres, more than enough to pass our anti-trolley length test, as well as more space for more things. Now being an electric car, you might think that the battery is underneath, and it's underneath, but yet you still can expand the boot with this deep cover. Now you can also knock down the rear seats if you need even more space. Now let's check out the inside. Over in the rear of the Model 3, you can see this is this vegan leather, as Tesla calls it, so for the eco-friendly, good for you. In the Performance variant, you get this white trim which looks really good set against the black. You have your magazine holder here, rear aircon vents, USB charging, and also you don't get a door handle to open the door, it's just a button. Also frameless. Apart from the head space and the leg space, I am 1.75 meters, so you can see it's not the most space, but I really like the glazed moonroof and the view that it gives you. While you don't have door handles to get in and out of, you do have hidden away hooks to help you keep your tapao food. So over in the middle, you also get this armrest for your drinks, so if two passengers are here, they can sit very comfortably. You also get ISOFIX points, so you know that your kids can be ferried around safely onto the front. Now inside the driver's seat, you still get the glazed moonroof overall. You get a frameless auto-dimming mirror from the side and the front as well. And everything else is, apart from these buttons to open the door and the buttons to lower the windows and for the seats, everything else is controlled through here. Even if I want to adjust, say, the steering wheel, it's through the steering wheel. And if I want to adjust the mirror, you don't have buttons on the side because they're unnecessary, when you can just adjust them through this unit as well. Everything else, from pedals to steering, how stiff you want it, how sporty you want your drive, it's all through the tablet. Now, even your aircon, which is here, you don't get any vents to adjust it. It's also through this unit. And I really like the way you adjust the aircon. Just take a look at how it's visualized. I have sat in other luxury brands, they have tried to make their aircon adjustments through the unit, but I have to say this is a lot more intuitive, and the way it's visualized is so much better. Now Tesla has gotten flack before for its build quality, but I have to say that this does feel really good, especially the center console. It's so thoughtful. You get dual wireless charging pads set at an angle that's really easy to put to charge your phone. You get two, one for the driver as well as the passenger. And then you get these cubby spaces that, just look at how it's open. It's like, even some of the luxury brands couldn't do this. It's almost motorized. And inside you get a really deep cubby space. You also get another one here, cup holders, and on the side, big enough for my bottle. And other than that, you get a really wide field of view because there are no gauges, no display. Inside, another thing that's just so different about the Tesla is its minimalism. Apart from all the controls that are missing, but not really, because you still get to control whatever you need. In the Tesla, you don't even need to turn it on. The moment you get near the car, it unlocks, you get in, step on the brake pedal, shift it into gear, and drive off. Now let's go for a drive. Now in terms of trim, you get two trims. You get the standard trim as well as the performance trim. In standard, you get a single motor with 321 brake horsepower, 420 Newton meters of torque in rear-wheel drive configuration. So that gives the Model 3 Standard a 0 to 100 timing of 5.6 seconds. In the performance trim, which is the one that you want, you get 506 horsepower, 660 Newton meters of torque in all-wheel drive configuration thanks to its dual motors. So that gives this car, this performance variant, a 0 to 100 timing of 3.3 seconds. And this electrified car means that the power is on tap instantly. Anytime you want, you just... and the power is right there. You feel like a king on the road. No matter where you are, people are driving 70, 80 beside you. You can just overpower and overtake instantly. You feel like the Flash taking a stroll through the park and everyone else is traveling in slow motion. And the drive, the insulation is so well done. So some people have complained about the build quality of Teslas, but I think that they have come a long way. Inside the cabin, you barely get any road noise. It's quiet, and of course, being an electric car, it's silent. Just listen to that. A little bit drone, kind of like a spaceship sound, but apart from that, not much else. And you'll be surprised because you think that electric cars are totally quiet, right? But when you're parked, because of the app, you can cool down the car from outside. You can start your aircon when you're walking to your car or from home, and you can actually hear that the aircon compressor or whatever you call it, it's pretty noisy. But inside the car, it's completely silent. Now, speaking of high performance driving, if you're looking to improve your drive, the Potenza Sport is Bridgestone's latest high performance flagship tires. With its extra wide profile, the Potenza Sport maximizes contact area with the road for enhanced grip and performance in dry and wet weather. If you're looking to improve your drive, the Potenza Sport fits rims from 17-inch to 21-inch. If, for example, you're driving the Tesla Model 3 Performance, which runs the 20-inch rims, the Potenza Sport has a size for that. For more information, click on the link below in the description. Now, back to the drive. Plenty of safety features because of the cameras all around the car. With Tesla's OS 11, they actually updated it such that your blind spot monitor, if I just tap on the signal here, I can take a look at what's beside me. Now, at the same time, it is kind of blocked by my driving position, my hands, because the tablet is here. But, I don't know, it's a good thing because if you already have the hardware there, you have the software there, just a little software update, and then you'll be able to see the information on your screen. So, it's a good thing, right? So, good job Tesla on that. Now, there's also, of course, level 2 autonomous driving. So just tap down once on the stop, you get active cruise control. Now there's also level 2 self-driving. So tap down twice on the stop, you hear that beep. So it is now doing self-driving. So it's still, you need to keep your hands on the wheel, but coming to a stop because it detects that there's a car in front very smoothly. I'm not touching the accelerator or the brake right now. And then on the screen, this is one thing that I feel is better over other self-driving. Say for example, in the Hyundai Avante, you get level 2 self-driving as well. But because of Tesla's software, you get to see what the computer, or the car rather, is seeing. You can see the lane markings, you can see the cars around you. So you won't have to guess whether or not the car is going in the right lane, whether it's seeing the obstacles, because it's all on the screen and it's really intuitive and it's really simple to use. Now, for its weight, close to 2 tons because of the battery pack, the Tesla Model 3 Performance doesn't feel too stiff. Its suspension, it feels very, very comfortable, whether you're coasting or whether you're just... It is confidence inspiring because the battery pack also helps keep the center of gravity low, as well as the way they transfer the power to the wheels, all-wheel drive, whether it's straight or navigating through bends at speed, you are feeling like a Leviathan with this amount of power, but yet it's so delicate in its control, and you feel every bit of this in this Model 3 Performance. Now, this unit from Tesla Singapore, they very kindly, very considerately added a 100 km/h speed limit, which I can't complain, right? Because I'm a law-abiding driver, I don't ever break the speed limit. So at the moment it hits the speed limit, something chimes in the car, and the power is cut off. And it's kind of like bittersweet, because it's like you've just entered a bar after a long day. You get a fresh, crisp mug of beer from the bartender. The moment you sip it, you're starting to enjoy the beer, the power of this car. And the bartender says, you're cut off, you're done. You floor the accelerator, once it's at the limit, that's it, there's no power. You're just cut off. Now, some of the things that I actually don't like about the Model 3 is, number one, the rear view. Even though it's a smoked glass roof, right? So you have like, theoretically, a very big view, but because of the angle and the way the seats are set up at the back, because the battery is below, number one, you don't get your leg space. While it can go relatively lengthy, it's not that deep because the battery is below. But okay, it's an EV, so you give it that. But the angle of the rear seats is, when you're driving, you can barely see like what's the model of the car behind you, the plate of the car behind you, because of the angle that it's set up. And these headrests, like, what are they? They don't catch you. It's not a place to rest. You feel like you're just gonna lean to one side or the other. It's almost like that kind of architecture that discourages resting. And inside a car, while the seats are done so well with this vegan leather, you feel really comfortable. The texture is nice. It holds you here, but not at the head. Why is that? I don't know. And then there's the things like opening the glove box that has to be done from the tablet. So you have to access it from the tablet, which seems a bit counterintuitive, right? Even though it's like supposed to be like next gen and new-ish, but somehow that's what I feel some of the shortcomings of the Tesla are. Some of these things you get over, some of them probably not. Now, is this car a will buy, won't buy, or go try? To me, if you ask me, this car is a will buy. It is like a revolution. It's bringing power to the people. It's so much power, supercar, hypercar performance at a relatively accessible price tag. And yet still, it's great for day-to-day driving. It's electric, you're saving money. I would really love to drive this car if I could afford one, if I could buy one. And power on tap, accessibility, practicality, everything is the package in this car. And now it's far from perfect, right? This car has a lot of things that the regular car enthusiast would be, something's missing. But it's a car that makes you rethink what a car needs. I'm not saying that Tesla has everything that it needs and everything that it doesn't need, it doesn't have. But it makes you rethink what the car should have. For me, it's like going from a keypad phone to the iPhone. It took a lot of getting used to. Things are different, but then you start looking back and like, is that really what we needed? Is that really what we wanted? And this car is not for everybody, but I do really think that it's a car that would make so much sense. And I see the value that people see in this car and why they would want this. Why it's such a hyped up car. And excuse, like even if you take into account Elon Musk and all the things that he's done, this is still a really great car. And it's also kind of, in a sense, an underdog because it's a newcomer to the market. People are wondering, like, can this beat the old titans in the industry? And I do think so, or at least it will be putting up a very strong fight. And of course, there's also its ridiculous price tag, its ridiculous road tax. The road tax doesn't work. Come on, $5,000 a year for this, that's $50,000 over 10 years. That's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's still, if you compare it to other cars of similar performance, you're not even gonna touch anywhere near, even if you factor in the road tax to its overall cost from the start. And that's why this car, for me, is a will buy. Now, this has been our review of the Model 3 Performance all-wheel drive variant. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. 80% of you guys watching unsubscribe, you can just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And also, let us know down in the comments what other car you'd like to see us try. Let us know what you think about our review, whether you agree, whether you disagree. Let us know down in the comments because we do read those. And also follow us on TikTok at sgCarMart. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Sorry, I heard something that I forgot. Alcantara kind of thing. I don't know what. I hate Alcantara. Is it in the performance variant? You get white, which looks really nice, and people are horning. Can you hear that? Just tap down twice on the stop. Oh, wait. If you're looking to improve your,